First off, I'd like to thank Kevin for coming up with this, and BeeTV Sports for covering our local sports. I think it's important that these kids get the recognition that they deserve. Football is important in our community. There is a lot of hype surrounding this game, and a lot of players going to play at the next level, NFL, Division I, Division III, all over the place. But the legacies that these young men leave over there at Callaway Stadium on that field is something that is special and different about this community. It makes you want to come here and be a coach and be a part of. It's something that I think these young men and all the young men in our community look forward to the opportunity to play this game and all the things that go along with the game. If it was just a game, you wouldn't see that many people involved, and you wouldn't see the lives impacted the way that they have been. So we're very fortunate to be a part of one of the premier programs in the state of Georgia, second winningest football program in the state, behind only Valdosta, 11-time state champion and one-time national champion football program. So to say football is important at LaGrange High School and in LaGrange, Georgia is an understatement. So it is an honor and a privilege to be a part of such a prestigious program and community. So that's the way you want it growing up, and when I dreamed about being a coach and these young men dreamed about being a player, it was about being a part of a program like LaGrange High School. So really honored to be here, and super excited about our team this year. Like I said, LaGrange High School has that legacy, has that tradition, so the expectations are to chase championships, and we fully expect to do that. Now, we are losing 9 guys on offense and 8 guys on defense. So we have got a lot of new faces, but we feel like that we've built the program, and the foundation is something really strong, and we're able to stand on those things. You'll see a lot of new faces for us this year, but those guys have been waiting their turn. Can't say enough about our feeder program. Coach Blandenberg, just as a man, as a coach, as a figure for our football community, is second to none. The development he does at the middle school level, it gives me chills just to go and be a part of what he does at the middle school level to feed our guys in. So these guys are ready. They've come up through Coach B, and then we've come up through our 9th grade and JV program, really waiting their turn. I think when you get a program in the right position, guys have to wait to play because you have things set up and are ready to go. Now, these young men have been playing a long time for the Grangers. That's why they're sitting up here for today. They're guys that are returning starters. I'll start and talk about each one of them. Caden Sutton is an outside linebacker. Our bandit safety is a really talented player. Started every game on a very successful defense last year. Probably the best defense that we've had since I've been the coach at LaGrange. And Caden is the leader on the back end. Really talented player, but very vocal, understands the game, has a very high football IQ, and has really worked his tail off in the weight room to be in the position he's at right now. So really excited about him. Malachi, if you are a member of this community, you know who Malachi is. His talent is unbelievable. His speed, his vision, his physicality, all the things that you look for at an elite skill position. But what I think is not often talked about is his work ethic, his passion for the game, and his will to win. Those things can set you apart from anything. A lot of young men come up, we see it in our community, that are talented young players. And they don't come in and put the work in that's required to be successful. And Malachi is the shining example of what that means. He won our Ironman competition, which speaks for itself. The competition is tough. I mean, it's tight each year. And Malachi to be able to come in and win that on our team, that just shows, look, you don't win that thing without the work ethic it's required to be successful. So good Lord's blessed him with talent. He's taken that talent and multiplied it, and I think that's what we're all called to do. And we are all excited. He's been fighting through injuries. We got to see a small glimpse of him at about 70% last year, and he was an elite player at 70%. I would tell you that Malachi's 110% right now. We've been flying around at 7-on-7s and padded camps, and he is ready to go and eager to play the game. So we're excited about his leadership on our team this year, and seeing him rise to the expectations that we have for him and leading our team, not just talent-wise. So I'm really proud of him. Harris Grace is a 3-year starter at outside linebacker, our field outside linebacker, and really another young man that is committed to the work that's required. He came in as an 8th grader, and we're going through spring ball with just 8th graders, and I knew right away that Harris was going to be a great football player for us. He was very physical at the point of contact, which I think this game doesn't change. It comes down to running into people, and Harris has always loved those opportunities. He is an extremely great leader. When you come back with coming into his 3rd year of experience as a starter for our program, it brings a wealth of knowledge, and he has really stepped up his game from a leader. He's been banged up this off season. We'll have him back here. He's back now, so we're excited about him getting in more of a role on the field. This off season's been really tough for him because he's been fighting through a broke ankle, and he's really put it behind him, and now it's time to go. He's really worked his tail off to get back sooner than he was supposed to. So excited about him. Clanton Reisinger is one of the toughest young men on our team. I love him to walk in the room and know that he's been on the field with a bunch of trench monsters the last couple of years. We've had 2 Division I players go, and each week we'd go watch the film, and Clanton is making an impact on the game, and you're going, that little joker is just flying around hitting people in the mouth. And so he sets the example through his actions and his physicality. Look, he's one of those guys that are as tough as nails. I talk about it all the time. Guys that are foxhole guys that you want to get, know they got your back in the trenches, and know that they're not going to come up with an excuse why they can't do something. They're going to fight. They're going to give you everything they got. So really excited about these young men. We've got a great group of seniors. Excited about them. We're going to play paintball tonight. We got our senior retreat, little getaway. We're going to go eat some pizza and fellowship, but big paintball. Some of the coaches are going to play, so a lot of trash talking been going on the last couple of days. So we're excited about our team, excited about these young men and the role they'll play in leadership on our team, and really excited about the new faces that you'll see for the Grangers this fall.
Coach, I wanted to ask, it's really cool this year. Y'all are playing the first game in the state of Georgia.
Yeah.
In the Corky Kell Classic at 4 o'clock, which is going to be fun. But how much y'all looking forward to that? Kind of kicking off football in Georgia this year.
Well, I got a call from Corky Kell this offseason, and we were looking for games, struggling to find people to play, and which is a good problem to have. You win some games, and a lot of people are hesitant to play you. And I got that call, and they said, look, Coach, you're going to be the first game in the state of Georgia on TV, and everybody will be there to watch it. And I thought about it a little bit, and I thought about what these guys have earned, and the opportunity they've earned to do something like that. So everything kind of lined up perfectly. Really appreciative of our principal, Jamie Bozeman, and Coach Mike Polly, and our board and our superintendent administration to help make that happen. That's a big deal, big opportunity for us to go up there. Now it's going to be hot. 4:30 on a Wednesday afternoon. It's going to be a lot like playing in the afternoon at college football. So we'll do some things. We'll get some advantages for us on that end, but really got to work the condition to get ready to go. And it'll be a great opportunity for these young men to showcase their skills on TV and show all the work that they put in, and a great way to open the season with a very quality opponent in Douglas, Atlanta.
Also wanted to ask you, Coach, I know since you got to LaGrange, you worked really hard to build the kind of staff that you want. When you look at the staff, I know you're just thrilled with what you've been able to put together, aren't you? Yeah,
so you think about at my past job at Callaway High School with me and Coach Wiggins and Coach Hubbard, we were together 15 years as offensive coordinator, head coach, and defensive coordinator. I think that speaks volumes to the continuity that the program was able to achieve and the success that they were able to achieve. And we've got something really similar going. I lost one coach this offseason off of our varsity staff that took a coordinator job that was a position coach, Coach Cox. and that's it. I've got returning both coordinators, returning Coach Ben Thrasher's our special teams coordinator. I've got 2 veteran ball coaches in Coach David Pleasance and Coach Thomas Crocker, who coached on the state championships at LaGrange High School. So got a wealth of knowledge of guys. I've got a great mix of young coaches and old veteran coaches, and I'm a lucky coach. I'm lucky. I fell into a great situations with some very talented coaches that love these kids and love our players. So I'm fortunate to be blessed to be able to be in charge of a group of great men that I lean on to help me make decisions on a daily basis.
Coach, when I interviewed you in 2020, the summer that you got the job, you talked about we're in year 5. Can you kind of give us if you could go back and oversee what you've done so far? Tell us, what you're happy with, the successes you are, and the things that you need to.
Well, I'll tell you, every year that doesn't end the season with a win is not what we set out to do in December. As soon as the season went going, we want to win that last one, and we're chasing that, and we're working on that every day to try to accomplish that and achieve that. Now, we know only one team in each classification does that. We know that's a lofty goal, but it's something that we set out to chase at the beginning. And look, we knew, I knew, and the guys that we brought in knew that it was going to be a handful when we got there. I think there was around 42 players on the roster when we got the job at LaGrange High School. So we knew there were some changes that needed to be made, and then we got the bomb kind of dropped on us with COVID. But looking back on it, I think the Lord kind of blessed us. We needed to have some time where we could sit back and figure out a way to solve some of the problems that we had, and you look back on it, and it was really a blessing that we needed. We needed to grow and really get an appreciation for the game, myself as well as the players that were on our team. So we were ecstatic to come in and win 9. I don't think LaGrange had made the playoffs in 10 years, and we made it that first year there. So that was a big accomplishment. I think that if you're asked the teams that have finished runner-up the last couple of years by one game, they would be disappointed that we didn't win the region championship. Now, that doesn't mean that the work we haven't reaped the harvest of the work that we put out there, but we know how close we are, and we know the improvement that is made year in and year out, and these young men know that we're chasing bigger things, and we know that we got to take it one week at a time. We've got one of the toughest schedules in the state of Georgia in AAA, the toughest region. So we know that we've got our hands full, and just like we did 2 years ago when we got moved into a tough region, that we got picked 5th or 6th in that region when it first started. So we're excited about the challenge, and we're looking forward to moving on week after week by week, just playing on one game at a time. That's how we've achieved some of the success that we've had, and we'll keep that same approach.
That kind of leads to my next question. You guys moving to AAA, some teams that you're familiar with and some new faces as well. Just talk to us about your outlook on that new region and what you're going to be facing going up against this year.
Yeah, so our region will have probably 7 of the top 15 teams in the state in AAA, and so outside of that leaves about 8 teams around in the other regions. So we know that week in, week out, it's going to be really tough. I mean, we got Sandy Creek's in our region, Mary Person's in our region, Spalding's in our region. All of those have had tremendous success, and then we have the familiar faces with us, the guys across town, and then Trinity Christian's back with us, and then Whitewater. So we've got our hands full. And we know it, but we also know that if we can make it out of this region, we got a really, really good shot to make a run. And the way the new point scale is, I'm learning on the go like many people, but we know that we can get out of there. There could be 5 teams in our region with that kind of depth and that kind of competition. There could be 5 teams make it out of the region with the new rules. So who knows? We want to get one of those spots. We're chasing to go win that region championship, but we know if we get out, we got a shot to go make a run towards the state championship, and we definitely have the talent and the mentality to go chase it for sure.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Yes, sir.